Hi, I'm Kenny Anderson, Director of Multicultural Affairs for the City of Huntsville, and welcome to Impact. Each week we bring you information about exciting things that are happening right here in the city, and today will be no different. We've had an opportunity to talk in the past with an organization called Letter R, Fathers, M.A.D. That's an acronym for Responsible Fathers Making a Difference. Real fathers making a difference. I'm just kind of joshing my man LC over here. LC Smith is here with us today. We're so glad to have him here as Executive Director of Our Fathers M.A.D, Real Fathers Making a Difference. What's happening, bro?
Hey, glad to be here again.
Always good to have you. Melvin is here. Melvin Poplar is here. I want to say Prescott for some reason. Prescott sounded like something other than Poplar. But Melvin Poplar is here today. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
It's good to have both of you guys here. And of course, we've talked to you before, LC, about this awesome organization that is making a difference on the ground level through a grassroots initiative impacting young men in our community, young fathers. A lot of the population that many people express so many concerns about today. Tell us real briefly what your organization is.
Well, Our Fathers M.A.D, Real Fathers Making a Difference. We have a staple program, which is building his character, one that you're referring to, and it's for boys and young men, mostly with absentee fathers or limited positive male influence. And we just sow into them, life skills, education, give them guidance, encouragement, and support. We have a couple other education programs. We work with young ladies and young men through our Math and Reading Level Up program who may be really behind in math and well below their grade level reading for reading. And we also have an after-school mentoring and tutoring program for boys and girls.
You know, your organization really has a pretty remarkable story because you didn't, if somebody had asked you several years down the line, would you be doing what you're doing now? You would have said, no, I wouldn't be doing that.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about how this whole initiative got started.
Well, I started to write a book about the importance of fatherhood. Most people was in my circle, and even just watching TV and watching news clip, professional athletes, actors, they seem to not have their father's presence involved consistently or not at all. So I began to write a book, and I decided, well, why write a book? I can go ahead and do something about it. And that's where the organization was actually birthed. It didn't have anything to do with youth. And I just really wanted to go out here and plant seeds and work with younger fathers and get great fathers like Melvin to come help us do what it is that we do. To a lot of young men may not have come up like myself without a father, may have come up without a father, so we can help these guys and be sure they're involved. And in that, the short version, it kind of took a turn. Someone called me, asked me if I would help them with their youth, with their son, and I said, yes, I will. And from that, it just turned into doing one-on-one mentoring with one young man and to building a awesome organization for boys and young men, and it just kind of took off from there. So it took a turn that I didn't expect, and as you said, it's not something I plan on doing, but I thank God that I was able to follow the purpose that He had for me.
Which kind of leads us to October 22nd, where you're going to have this first annual. And I love the fact that it's a first annual because it sounds like you have an ongoing commitment to celebrating the success of this organization, which I think all organizations need to do. It's okay to acknowledge the work and all humility say we're doing it because it's something we love.
Right.
But you really need points of celebration as well to kind of keep you moving forward in that process. You're not patting yourself on your back either. You're actually recognizing people in the community who are making a difference. And this is where Melvin comes in, because Melvin has been through a nomination process, selected as Father of the Year. So Melvin, first of all, congratulations on this acknowledgement. I'm curious as to what this means to you.
It means a lot. I'm humbled by it. I didn't expect it. And I think a lot of fathers don't really expect any recognition, because a lot of times you feel like, well, I'm just doing what I believe a father should be doing anyway. And so in that fact, I was kind of surprised. Mm-hmm. And but my wife, she's like, oh no, you deserve it, but
So you're cheerleaders, right?
Yes, she is my best cheerleader.
That's right. Well, tell me something about your family, because I know you have a unique structure in your family.
Yeah, we have 6 children. That's kind of unique in itself.
Yeah, right. That's right.
We have 3 biological, and we adopted 3, and we adopted them at the same time. They were brothers. and they were 1, 2, and 3 when we got them.
Wow.
And it was a huge change. You know, I had to pick up a second job for a long time, and but I felt like there was a purpose behind it, and my wife and I, you know, we had always said we would adopt, but it's one of those things. Until it's right at your door, you really don't, you know, you didn't expect 3 at a time. I know that.
Yeah, so what drove the decision?
It was it was really God. I felt like I couldn't do it alone, you know, and we prayed about it, and I felt like I had an answer from God saying, you can't do it alone. I have to do it. And so that's pretty much what it was. It's been amazing, testimony after testimony. To see them now, we just revealed an old website we had up that showed pictures of the boys when we just got them, you know, and just looking at that kind of reminded me, okay, this is why we did it, you know. A lot of times people, I mean, you want to make a change, but sometimes it don't stick or you lose touch. But honestly, you know, with adopting, that's a change. That's a lifetime change, and it involves all of us, and it's been miraculous.
And that's real skin in the game too. That's like you said, it goes beyond just this theory of, you know, what about if we adopt? But
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the rubber meets the road. I'm using all these cliches, but that's exactly what it is, because it happens.
Yes.
And then it becomes real. And you didn't say I was mentoring a 12-year-old or 14-year-old. You said I adopted a 1, 2, and 3-year-old. We adopted a 1, 2, and 3-year-old. That's serious work for real. Yeah. And did you just have a conversation about let's adopt? You have 3, and many people today, I mean, they shut it down after 1.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you have 3, and then you just one day have a conversation, and this happens?
No, actually, the 3 boys had a little sister, and my wife's friend had the little sister, and my wife was kind of jokingly like, hey, you got a boy for us? You know, you got a child for us? She's like, matter of fact, I got 3.
Wow.
You know, and that's when we found out about them, but it wasn't. It was about from the day we met them till maybe a week later, we was bringing them home with us, and then the whole legal process took about 3 years, but they were, you know, with us most of the time.
And how old are they now?
Now they're 6, 7, and 8.
All right, they're a little older now.
Yeah.
How have your biological children taken to this transition? Because it had to be a big change for
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
What were their ages at the time?
Now we asked them. We said, you know, how do you feel about this? And their response was that, you know, we wouldn't know what it would be like to be without parents, you know, and we know that you all are, you know, excellent parents, and we want them to have parents too. And so they were all for it. It was a transition for everybody, because obviously to go from 3 to 6 kids, you know, just the whole hustle and bustle and the difference in personalities, and it's still work, but it's a good work, if that makes sense.
And how old were they at the time?
Let me see if that was, man, that's a good question. I think. Well, now I'm 18. Let me see.
You can go from now, and then we'll just
14, 12, and 10.
at the time.
Yeah, at the time.
Okay,
yeah.
so they're a little older now too, and
Yeah.
so it sounds like you've had lots of time now to really work through this, and it also sounds like it's a work in progress.
Yeah, well, I think raising children is a work in progress always.
A lifetime.
It's a lifetime thing. You never stop being a father. Let's put it that way. You never stop being a father. But the younger ones, we're getting them involved in more things. You know, taekwondo, music lessons. Just we want to offer them the same opportunities that we offered our older children.
Right.
And it's a bit of a difference because, you know, the age difference, but our older children have been so understanding, and they're not built-in babysitters, but they do help us out.
And Elsie, you have 3 kids of your own?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, and did you have 3 kids when you started this organization?
Yes, sir, I did.
All right, so you have a similar situation in a way too, because of course you said you started out writing a book about fatherhood, but then you end up kind of birthing this organization that becomes an embryonic kind of experience for birthing additional opportunities to mentor young men and to help them develop skills and gain access to resources. I mean, how does that play in terms of your own family once again? Because that had to be kind of a discussion you had as well.
Well, the fortunate thing, my sons, they actually was able to be a part of the program. I kind of enrolled them because I knew that it would take a lot of my time. Everything that my sons get, they get it regardless because I'm dad, so I'm there all the time. I appreciate them. We had our 5-year banquet, and I presented them with a dog tag with a cross on it, and it was engraved to my favorite son.
Wow.
And it was to let them know that I appreciate you guys sharing yourselves, sharing me with all these other, boys that's in this community. But it hasn't been an obstacle, has been an issue, because one thing I do believe is that if I can give myself to the community in the way that I do, it would be sad for me to neglect my own family. So I'll be sure, a conscious effort to be sure that I don't neglect my boys. So whether I had it or not, they probably get the same amount of time in.
Yeah. That's great. Well, we've got just a couple of minutes. I could talk to you guys forever, it seems. Maybe we'll do a part 2. Because, I'm down. Maybe we'll do a part 2 because we haven't even begun to touch the surface of some things I want to talk to you about, just from the whole concept of fatherhood in society today, the challenges that some of our young men are facing. But you are the executive director of a nonprofit organization that's having a banquet on October the 22nd. So let's talk about that at least for the next couple of minutes and let people know when it is, where it is, and how they can get more information about it. And of course, since you are a nonprofit organization, if they want to support you in some way, they can do that as well.
Well, we're having our first annual tribute. It's our 2016 tribute. It's a tribute to real fathers making a difference, but it's more than that. It's a tribute to people in the community, such as Melvin. We thought that it would be fitting for real fathers make a difference to acknowledge some fathers, and we have a perfect recipient here, and we'll be acknowledging him. We also have our community hero. The community picked the top 5, and then they voted on the top 5. And that would be Sean Sonye with Sonye Inc. He's our community hero. We also have an outstanding student of the year, awesome young man. He's actually enrolled in our youth program. We also have 4 other students who are being recognized, and each one are going to receive at the minimum a $1,000 scholarship. The banquet is going to be dinner served, live music. We also going to have a couple of parents who can say what a tribute to the organization itself, what it has meant to them, and not only through our youth program, but through some of our education programs and some of the programs we have where we actually give back to the community and take care of families. So it's going to be a great event. It's at October 22nd. It's at 6 p.m. We expect for it to be over with probably no later than 9 p.m. It's at the Holiday Inn Research Park, 5903 University Drive. And tickets can be, you can make a donation to receive your tickets at $45. And you can go to our website, which is the letter R, fathersmad.org. And that's also a way that you can give if you just want to donate and support what it is that we do. If you go to the website, you'll be able to really see what it is that we do. And we have a transparency on Facebook with Our Fathers Mad. You really get a chance to see what it is that we do. So we encourage the community to come out and celebrate with us, because it's more than just we're celebrating these young people. Bring your kids, let them see that there's people out here doing great work. Come out and support the importance of fatherhood, and people out here who's giving their time, like Sean.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank you for all the great information that you're sharing about all the great work that's being done through Our Fathers Mad, which is an acronym for Real Fathers Making a Difference. L.C. Smith is Executive Director of that organization. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Melvin Poplar is Father of the Year for the first annual Real Fathers Making a Difference banquet. We're looking forward to many more years. But Melvin, once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here today. I want to thank you for being a part of our conversation, and I'm looking forward to my next conversation with these guys because I know they've got lots more information to share. We'll make sure that happens very soon. And we hope that you will like our Facebook page, which is Impact with Kenny Anderson, where you can see a video of the broadcast that you just watched, as well as some behind-the-scenes images after the camera stopped rolling. We hope that you join us for our next edition of the show. In the meantime, have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you soon.